Hello, my name is Ed Ford. My task is to introduce to you the development of the Holy Grail of employee motivation. This is a recognition process and methodology that is unparalleled in the recognition of employees in companies and organizations for increasing employee engagement and profits. It's already a proven concept with hundreds of companies. As the main designer in the application of the Holy Grail of employee motivation, I will also share with you that I'm considered a thought leader and leading authority when it comes to employee recognition, one who has been recognized by his peers as having a major impact on the recognition industry. In the World at Work Journal, an article by Hewitt Associates, Total Rewards, Clarity from Confusion and Chaos, it states that there is confusion in employee recognition and rewards. We find major companies, most admired companies, successful companies that are confused in employee recognition. Recognition and reward programs have changed dramatically in the last 10 years. In some cases, what worked just 5 years ago has changed. Today, most employee recognition programs demotivate employees, not motivate them. You have to be a visionary to be able to see the connection between seemingly unrelated concepts and disciplines, to understand the importance of measurement, to develop workable models for employee recognition that achieve measurable results. I challenge, and with good reason, traditional methods that have become stale and outdated in the employee recognition industry. Let me give you a quick case study on this. 3 years ago, when I was a trustee for the Forum for People Performance Management and Measurement, that's a mouthful, but a serious think tank group with Northwestern University, we invited a company to present to us their recognition and rewards model. Now, this is a very successful and profitable 4,000 employed company, the leader in its industry. The president who made the presentation knew the names of every employee and recognized one employee every 20 seconds. The hair went up on the back of my neck. How did they do that? Well, now we know. And this is based on an $11 million study asking over a 2-year period 3,000 supervisors and managers how they motivate their employees. The results were clear and concise. Non-cash awards win. And 3 concepts: communication, recognition, and events stand out in this extensive study. Now, the events is not what you may think about, but thousands of events, both formal and informal. Now, when you really know what you're doing, you can create a chain of events like many companies are now doing. The growth models are based on sound field research, my own research, and the development of a total recognition strategy, and incorporates studies and research conducted by organizations such as the Forum, World at Work, Hewitt Associates, Towers Perrin, Watson Wyatt, and SHRM. It includes information selected from today's most authoritative studies on how to engage employees. A total recognition strategy brings clarity and substance to the confusion and chaos that presently exists in the recognition industry. A total recognition strategy that breaks away from a recognition industry sadly lacking in creativity as a result of evolving from outdated concepts which over the last 20 years have shown little or no imagination and few, if any, new ideas. A total recognition strategy that has been the key in the development of the Holy Grail of employee motivation. Most of my current speaking engagements and presentations to national organizations are now based on the principle of the Holy Grail of employee motivation. This proven concept was developed when I was a trustee for the Forum for People Performance Management and Measurement. The formal introduction of the Holy Grail of employee motivation was made to over 500 human resource executives by the forum at the National Motivational Conference for Incentives and Recognition in Chicago. You know, it's hard to be more specific in this brief presentation, but I do have a 5-hour executive course to understand the Holy Grail of employee motivation. You may want to take the course. The Holy Grail of employee motivation is the integration of recognition, communication, and events. The significance of events cannot be overstated. Events are not clearly defined and often misunderstood. Having recognition and communication in place, events become the most important part of the equation. In definition, events are made up of formal events, informal events, and a chain of events. Now, you need to design a best practice recognition and rewards program that generates thousands and thousands of events. The exponential growth model has 3 zones: the red, blue, and green zones. Now listen closely. The new standard is to recognize all of your employees every week and individual employees 30 to 50 times a year. Wow. You know, it's not one employee every 20 seconds, but we're getting there. Why? Because there's a direct correlation between employee engagement and profits. And there's a direct correlation between the number of events increasing employee engagement. Now, let me read that again, because this is where the rubber hits the road. Because there's a direct correlation between employee engagement and profits. And there's a direct correlation between the number of events increasing employee engagement. Well, it's time to finish, because they tell me HR executives have an attention span of about 6 minutes on a talking head, even when they're discovering the Holy Grail of employee motivation. What about the future? You know, I do believe the next 10 years will be the most exciting and productive in my professional career. I've been asked, where to from here? Ed Ford and Associates will be celebrating 30 years, August 15th of 2010, flying almost 3 million miles in the last 30 years in almost every city in the United States, 48 foreign countries, and 5 continents, traveling 70 to 80% of the time for 30 years. We're looking to bring on new clients who are receptive to best practices, willing to give up outdated employee recognition programs that lack imagination, and companies who are looking for new proven models with measured results. Companies who are willing to step up their budgets as a percent of payroll and getting full support from top management. Companies who are willing to be educated and learn the perceived value of pay and benefits in the eyes of their employees compared to the intangibles. What more important to them is work life, recognition, personal and professional growth, non-cash versus cash. When it comes down to the bottom line in one's career personally, I simply want to make a difference in the recognition industry. Make it possible for employers to treat employees with respect and dignity, and doing it so that they will increase profits. Wow, you know, it's a new game. We have taken competition out of recognition, with the design being where all employees can win. It's measurement and accountability. You know, it's all about engagement and motivation of employees. It's all about new leadership. It's not thinking outside the box, it's creating a new box. More companies and organizations get it than ever before. It's an awakening in the definition of what really motivates employees. Simply, if you don't get it, your competition will. The companies and organizations who get it will become the most profitable and the leaders in their industry. Thank you.